Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 video of chapter cell class 8. In today's video, we will discuss about the functions of the various cell organelles. Like we discussed in the previous video, part 2 video, that the structure of a typical cell consists of a cell membrane and protoplasm. The cell membrane, it is like a boundary for all the cells. So all the living cells, they are bound by a membrane called plasma membrane or cell membrane, and it provides the flexibility of the cell. There is one more boundary in the plant cells which is outside the cell membrane, that is called cell wall, which is not present in the animal cell. It is the important covering in the plant cell as it provides it rigidity, protection against variation in the environment, gives definite shape, size and support to the cell. When we talk about the cytoplasm, the portion of the cytoplasm which lies inner to the cell membrane but outside the nuclear membrane. So what is cytoplasm? It is that portion which lies out in the inner side of the cell membrane and outside the nuclear membrane. That means protoplasm minus nucleus will become the cytoplasm. This cytoplasm, it is the ground substance for all the cellular activities, and it is made up of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins with a large portion of water. Nucleus, when we say that we have discussed about cytoplasm, now we will discuss about the nucleus. It is the control center or the control house of the cell. It takes part in the cell division, so that is why it is very important cell organelle. And if we consider the structure of it, then it is bounded by a membrane which is called a nuclear membrane. The protoplasm of the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. That means all the material which is present inside the nuclear membrane is termed as nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm consists of some chromatin network present in the nucleus. This chromatin network is a thread-like network which is present inside the nucleus. When the cell is ready to divide, the chromatin thread-like network, which is chromatin, it condenses or shortens to form a thicker thread-like structures which are called chromosomes. These chromosomes are the structures which appear in the cell, which we can see in the cell only during the process of cell division. These are the structures which are responsible for the characters or genes inherited by one generation from the earlier generation. So these chromosomes, they will carry the genes from one generation to the next generation. So this is all about the main parts of the typical cell. Now we will talk about the other cell organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. The first one we will talk about is the plastid. What is a plastid? The large cell organelles which is present in the cytoplasm, which contain pigments that provide color to the cell. So plastids, they provide color to the cell. There are three types of plastids which are present in the cell, especially in the plant cell. This is not present in the animal cell. The chloroplast, these are, first is chloroplast, which are the green colored plastids. That means the color of the plastid is green. It provides green color to the plant, and it is responsible for the process of photosynthesis. The plastids which are associated with the different other colors of the plants except green, like sometimes we see that the flower is pink, yellow or something like that, then all those colors, they are provided not by chloroplast but by chromoplast. So second type of plastid which is present in the plant cell is chromoplast. So chromoplast, they will provide all the different color to the plants like fruits, vegetable and flowers except green. The last one is, the third one is the leucoplast, which provide space to store starch, proteins, oils, etc. So these are the three types of plastid. Chloroplastid, which provide green color. the chromoplast, which provide all the different colors except green, and leucoplast, which are colorless plastids. They provide space to store starch, proteins, oils, etc. The next important cell organelle is mitochondria. Mitochondria, it is the rod-shaped or spherical structures, and this is called the powerhouse of the cell. Like we get the energy in our house by the powerhouse situated near our house, right? So similarly, all the cells, they get energy from the cell organelle, which is called mitochondria. They are large in number in the cells, and they are responsible for cellular respiration and for generation of energy for different cellular activities. So it is called powerhouse of the cell because it is responsible for cellular respiration and for generation of different activities of life. The next one is ER, which is called endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of membrane and it provides channel for transport of materials in a cell. So that means if this ER is of two types, rough ER and smooth ER. Rough endoplasmic reticulum has a rough appearance because it is studded with the ribosomes. That means ribosomes, they are present on the endoplasmic reticulum. That is why it is called rough ER, and the function is that it is used in the synthesis of proteins. Smooth ER is the ER or endoplasmic reticulum which does not have any ribosomes attached to it. That is why it has a smooth appearance and it is responsible for the synthesis of fats. So rough ER for the synthesis of protein, smooth ER for the synthesis of fats, and overall we can say that ER, they will provide the channels for the transport of materials in a cell. Next is Golgi complex, which are sac-like structures stacked one over the another. So when you can see that there are some structures which are stacked over one another, that is a Golgi body, that is used in the processing and packaging of the materials produced by the cell. So Golgi body is responsible for the processing and packaging of the material produced by the cell. Vacuole, it is the empty space in the cytoplasm which is generally large in plant cells and smaller in animal cells. It stores excess of water and waste products, but in amoeba, the food materials, they are held in the food vacuoles for digestion. Ribosomes, these are the tiny granular structures present in the cytoplasm and on rough ER also, which helps in protein synthesis. Cilia and flagella, they are not present in all the types of living cells, but there are some cells which have small extension on their cell membrane, which can be cilia or flagella. They help in locomotion and collection of food. Example, the unicellular organism like Paramecium, as you can see in the picture, have numerous, that means many cilias, which helps in locomotion and collection of food for Paramecium. And Euglena has a single flagellum, a long thread-like structure which helps in the locomotion and collection of the food. So this is all about the different functions of the cell organelles. We will take the levels of organization and the difference between plant cell and animal cell in the next video. Thank you for watching, students.